Growing up, my first favorite rapper had to have been 50 Cent. I was born the same year that Get Rich or Die Trying came out, so I just remember hearing that a lot. And my young ears, man, it's a hard album. Like, I was able to understand the album. I was able to learn the words, most of those songs, word for word. I remember playing the game and watching people play the game and on the PS2, which is what I'm playing right now, as y'all can see. But I remember playing that game and just listening to the music and just like, dang, this dude, like, this is crazy. Like, somebody made these songs. Somebody like really was able to, my nigga, put words together. Like, I just remember that shit just being so fire. 50 Cent was the same way niggas was looking at Young Boy. I was looking at 50 Cent in the same way that Young Boy fans were looking at Young Boy right now. I was looking at him like an idol. I was idol worshiping him. I remember I had this X-Men toy and I really called this nigga 50 Cent. I realized I used to name this nigga and be like, oh, this 50 Cent right here. Even though this nigga was not 50 Cent. I would just improvise it because I didn't have no 50 Cent toy at the time. That's how crazy it was. That's how much of a fan I was at the time. And shout out 50, he's still doing his thing. But if you look back on his music, man, he really did grandfather like the drill in. If you go back to his first album, listen to songs like What Up Gangsta, Heat, Bloodhound, Back Down, You Not Like Me. He really did have some bangers on that album. We can't lie. 50 Cent really, he ushered in that real deal street mentality into the game. Obviously, it was street rappers before him, but nobody did it like 50. The way he was able to harmonize and put his hooks together and everything like that, and them catchy hooks. He had them real deal, man. He had them catchy hooks, man. 50 Cent, he definitely one of the greatest for that. But if we just really pay attention, and especially on a lot of his mixtapes, especially his mixtape, man, go listen to Bang Bang by G-Unit. Go listen to Bang Bang right now. Stop this video. Go listen to Bang Bang by G-Unit if you haven't. Like, the way they were just going back and forth, they was, my nigga, that shit's crazy, bro. That shit, hold on. I'm actually finna stop recording this right now to go listen to this song real quick.
Remember Patrice, she looked like Khalees. Met her in club, exit corner, I am my piece. In the middle of the verse of the show, I had to go and fuck the radio. Call her 97, cause she know I'm on the radio. Yeah, John, you little stupid little looking motherfucker. Catch y'all break your motherfucking neck, nigga. Yo.
Like always, that shit fire as fuck. That nigga Lloyd Banks, man, get it. That nigga Lloyd Banks, his last little, you know what I mean, 1-2 bars, whatever. He went creep, man. Shout out, man. Lloyd Banks, he very underrated, very underrated. But you know, man, 50 Cent, we really gotta, you know what I mean, give him his flowers. Not only is he one of the greatest just artists out there, but I ain't gonna, again, all of this shit bad, especially because what drill has brought to the culture. So nobody's big enough drill. It's definitely where it's at now. I don't listen to it, but he really did. He was like the original young nigga. He really would. Like, he even came into the game dissing niggas. Listen to How to Rob. He came into the game just fucking, I'm dissing there. And that's the thing with 50, he was able to add some fun into it. And he's gonna do the antics. And on top of that, we really seen he really got shot and all of this shit and came back. And he had damn near the perfect story type. And like, nobody has ever came out and said 50 Cent a liar. He ain't do this. He wasn't this or that in the streets. He ain't even gotta pay. He ain't even gotta make no documentary, my nigga. This nigga 28 already put the nigga whole story on Vlad. You feel what I'm saying? So like, nobody's ever came out and questioned his authenticity in the streets or whatever the case might be. So it's like, okay, he really liked that. He a good artist. We see the shit that's going on in his life. He got shot. The fights with Murder Inc. and all of this stuff, and he real. So it's like, it hit a little different. Cause you know when a nigga ain't faking the funk, the shit hit a little different. But that's why I really think that 50 Cent is one of the GOATs, man. Cause it's just like, he was really one of those first real street artists that came in the game. Because even though, like I said, he came into the game around the time trap music was really taking off. When T.I. and Jeezy was making waves down south for niggas in, you know, up north and like east and Midwest, like 50 Cent. Like we was listening to that music too, but we was also listening to 50 Cent. We was the bridge. We right there in the middle. So we listening to it all. We listening to Jeezy and we listening to 50 Cent. You feel what I'm saying? And so, I mean, at this point, everybody is listening to 50 Cent. The nigga sold, I think, 10 million, you know, the first couple years it came out. So he definitely did his thing. But it's like, yeah, like we was really able to like see and experience both. And so around that same time, as I said, it's trap music blowing up. For him to come out with this type of like drill, type of like gun slinging, iron, you know what I mean? clutching heat. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, but he was really, you know what I mean, popping out with this type of sound and this type of image. It was like, oh shit, okay, give him an ear. He really turning up for niggas that might be living like that, or that might be really out here. Cause he was also making like music, but 50 Cent, like, you look at his street music, it was more like bang bang. You feel what I'm saying? It was more like gunslanging. You know what I mean? We gonna come after you. Got the guns. We got this, that, and the third. We gonna slide. He was really making slide type of music, just in different terminology. Like, you feel what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Like, they call, you know what I mean, niggas that say around with that switch, they say heat, because they weren't even using those switches. They would just, or Glocks, we got Glocks, they were just calling that shit a heat. You feel what I'm saying? That was a terminology that was popping off at that time. And then, like, we even had people like Bump J around that time too, like, came out years afterwards. So he was making waves around that time, but he came out really mainstream, like more so mid 2000s. And, you know, he came out, like, if you listen to his mixtape with DJ Drama, I think it's called like Chicago Rilla. He was really like, that was really like that beginning Chicago drill. That was really like a pioneer or like a OG for the Chicago drill right there. Bum J was like, if you listen to that whole mixtape. If you a music lover, if you know, you know, but if you haven't and you want to like find some nice old school, like underground, I guess you could say, or not necessarily not so mainstream music, Bum J, Chicago Rilla, my nigga. I think that shit came out like 08 or 07. No, I think that shit came out like 05 or 06 actually, my nigga, because I know he remixed Hustlin' on there, but yeah, that's besides the point. Back to 50 Cent, man. But something that I honestly think that all YN rappers or drill rappers should do is make the crossover the same way 50 Cent did. Y'all can't just make music about sliding. That only gets you so far. I promise. If you really want to take off in this music shit and set not only your homeboys, but your family and your future generations up, you gotta make that crossover to pop music and low-key R&B. You gotta be willing to be vulnerable. For example, look at Youngboy. He made that crossover, or not necessarily that crossover, but this is just his style of music. He came out, you know what I mean, singing about pain and telling his story, and you see where he's at now. That's what the rest of these new rappers need to start doing. Y'all can't just be talking about sliding. That's only gonna get you so far. You're gonna stay in the hood, and you're gonna end up going to jail or dying. The cycle literally we seen where it leads you so many different times. So you need to make that crossover, be more vulnerable in your music. And then you ain't even gotta necessarily be more vulnerable. Just make that party type music. You gotta be able to reach a mainstream crowd. You gotta be able to talk to the women or make a song for the ladies, like how 50 Cent did with 21 Questions. And you know what I mean? He came out with his other songs like Amusement Park, and 50 Cent, he got his and Get in My Car and all of that stuff. He got them type of songs for the women. So you gotta be able to make that crossover, man. That's it. But I'm gonna be honest, that's all for this video. I don't want to make the video too long. I ain't really got the time to edit no slideshow or anything like that. But y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comments below. Am I tripping? Do y'all agree with me that he is one of the GOATs? Who do y'all feel like ushered in the drill type of culture? Did somebody have more of a street influence than him in the sense of drill culture? Y'all just let me know what y'all think about the video down below, man. But till next time, see y'all boys again, man.